The year was 2347, and yet the echoes of Earth's past failures still reverberated through the corridors of the Galactic Federation. Aria Flynn, a dedicated astronomer, leaned closer to the holoscreen displaying the data from her latest deep space scan. Her heart raced as she recognized the pattern of signals intertwining like threads woven across galaxies. "Aria, is everything all right?" inquired Dr. Jelani, her mentor, and the head of the Astronomical Exploration Department, his graying eyebrows furrowed with concern. With a deep breath, Aria replied, "It's Elysium IV, Dr. Jelani. I think there's something there, something more than we ever anticipated." Dr. Jelani adjusted his frameless glasses, curiosity flickering in his eyes as he leaned closer to the holographic display. "It's just radiostatic," he said dismissively, but there was a hint of intrigue in his voice. "Not this time," Aria insisted, her voice steady. "These signals are structured, repeating in precise patterns. It's like a call for help, perhaps." The words hung in the air between them, heavy with implication. Elysium IV was a planet shrouded in mystery, its surface untouched by any known exploration. For centuries it had been deemed inhospitable and ignored. Aria's fingers danced over the controls, magnifying a region of the signal that formed a strange rhythmic pulse. "I want to lead a mission, Dr. Jelani. There's something there waiting for us. The past, futurity, maybe hope." Dr. Jelani regarded her with a measured expression. He stepped back, his eyes narrowing with intent. "Very well, Aria," he said at last. "Prepare your team. You have my support." As Aria gazed out at the vast ocean of stars, faint memories of an Earth long abandoned washed over her. She knew the risks, understood the challenges, and accepted the lone voyager's calling that resonated with those mysterious echoes. And she vowed to unravel their secrets, secrets that might hold the key to humanity's survival, or its doom. The departure bay buzzed with the hum of anticipation as Aria Flynn's crew boarded the Federation spacecraft, the Finders Keepers. Aria stood at the helm, her mind racing with the possibilities and perils that awaited them on Elysium IV. "It's not every day we get a chance to explore the unknown," quipped Jackson, the ship's charismatic engineer, as he ran a final systems check. "Our last mission didn't exactly involve a planet rumored to be deserted for centuries." "Well, deserted is up for debate," countered Nadia, the practical navigator, who adjusted her controls with focused precision. "Aria seems to believe this desert has eyes, or rather voices." A laugh broke from Ethan, the team's communication specialist, who was already calibrating the ship's receiver to catch even the faintest whispers from the cosmos. "Or maybe Aria's hearing things. Speaking to ghosts," he teased. Aria addressed her crew, seriousness cloaking her words. "This mission is more than just an investigation. It's a chance to connect with an echo of humanity's past. If there's the slightest possibility that life, human life, exists there, we must reach out to them." The urgency in her voice made Jackson sober up and nod. "I get it. If anything, the universe has shown us that life's determined to survive, one way or another." As the Finders Keepers left Earth's shadow, the twinkling of distant stars reflected in Aria's eyes. She remembered the stories of Elysium IV, its beauty described in ancient records, a lush planet before disaster struck. But what had really happened all those years ago? Navigating through space was a dance with the galaxies, and the crew kept a watchful eye on their instruments, always expectant, ever alert. Aria spent her nights at the helm, her gaze fixed on the holographic projection of Elysium IV. Then, one night, she heard it again. The signal. Stronger now, clearer yet, no less cryptic. "All systems go," she whispered to herself, determination wrestling away any semblance of doubt. The echoes grew louder as if welcoming them, guiding them to a destiny interwoven with stories from a long-forgotten era. The planet loomed ahead, a beckoning mystery bathed in soft hues of azure and emerald. The time had come to unearth its secrets and answer its ancient call. But Aria couldn't shake the feeling that they were not alone, and the shadows of both hope and danger awaited them, ready to unveil the truth lying beyond the stars. The atmosphere of Elysium IV shimmered in the crimson glow of its distant sun, a sight that left the crew momentarily breathless. As they descended through swirling clouds towards the surface, the landscape unfolded into a rich tapestry of lush forests, winding rivers, and mountains that reached towards the heavens. "It looks nothing like the hostile wasteland we were led to believe," Aria murmured, her eyes glued to the viewport. Agreed, Jackson responded, adjusting the landing gear. Seems we underestimated this place. What else did we miss? As the Finders Keepers touched down on a verdant plateau, the crew prepared to disembark, each member buzzing with a mix of apprehension and excitement. The moment Aria and her team set foot on Elysium IV's soil, a profound stillness enveloped them, an expectant pause in nature itself. Watch yourself, everyone, Nadia warned as she activated a scanning device. There's a lot we don't know about the planet's flora and fauna. Ethan activated the ship's transmission beacon, sending out a steady signal in hopes of a response to their own. Let's see who's home, he said, half jesting, yet eager to uncover the truth. Time seemed to stretch endlessly as they explored the diverse terrain, each new discovery only heightening their sense of wonderment. Check this out, Jackson exclaimed, examining a strange geometric stone structure nestled amidst the trees. There's more to this place. Whoever lived here left their mark. As the day wore on, Aria felt a growing urgency, a pull she couldn't explain. It wasn't long before that pull became a directive, a compelling instinct that led her deeper into the forest. She stopped suddenly, eyes wide, as she faced an imposing barrier, a wall of flora intricately intertwined with unfamiliar symbols etched into the bark. This wasn't randomly formed, Aria whispered, tracing a finger over the carvings. It's a message, a history. They examined the glyphs, capturing images to decipher later aboard the ship. Just as they turned to leave, an unexpected voice spoke up. You shouldn't be here. Heart-pounding, Aria whirled around to see a figure emerging from the shadows, wreathed in leaves, their eyes piercing through the hues of the forest. Who are you? Aria demanded, stunned. We are the echoes of your past, the figure replied, a solemn expression on their face. And we have much to share, if you're willing to listen. A palpable air of tension and curiosity hung over the crew. Aria knew that this moment was a turning point, a chance to bridge the chasm of lost time and find the answers she sought. Yet the truth behind those words hinted at revelations that could change everything they knew about humanity's legacy and fate. In the shade of ancient trees, Aria and her crew faced the enigmatic figure with a mix of skepticism and curiosity. The stranger seemed as much a part of the forest as the trees themselves, their attire woven from earthly fibers and leaves. You say you're from our past, Aria began cautiously. But how can you know us? The figure, who introduced themselves as Lyra, smiled enigmatically. Your ancestors crash-landed here centuries ago. The world forgot about us, and we adapted, thrived. But we remember, we are the children of Elysium IV. Nadia whispered aside to Jackson. So much for a deserted planet. Lyra continued, her voice soothing yet firm. Your signals reached us. We feared what your visit might bring, yet you're here now. There's much to show you, histories interwoven with the fabric of our lives. Lyra led them through the forest, the paths a maze of whispering leaves and shifting shadows. The crew followed, each step into the unknown, adding layers to the mystery that had drawn them across galaxies. They arrived at a sprawling clearing, the heart of an unspoiled settlement, the true face of humanity's resilience. Structures carved from living wood stood gracefully amidst gardens that seemed to sing with life. People, young and old, paused in their daily tasks to gaze curiously at these strangers from the stars. Welcome to New Haven, Lyra gestured with a sweep of her hand. A sanctuary where the past shapes the present. Our ancestors documented their journey, their survival, their evolution in symbiosis with this land. Aria felt a complex knot of emotions. The origin story of these people was entwined with Earth's own forgotten tragedies. She pondered what to make of their presence. The evening sun dipped below the horizon, and a warm glow from lanterns bathed the gathering villagers in golden light as they shared tales passed down through generations. Aria listened intently, each narrative a fragment of a grand tapestry, integrating the known and the unknown. Sitting across from Aria, an elder with a voice as gentle as the wind spoke of an ancient warning, a prophecy incomplete but echoing the dangers that accompanied technological prowess, untamed by wisdom. Ethan leaned forward, intrigued by the historical depth. So you're saying there's a danger tied to our past? Precisely, the elder nodded gravely. A relic of forgotten ambition lies dormant, yet steers both our fate and yours. Your arrival may resurrect both hope and peril. The hushed crowd felt the weight of history resting on this moment. The answer to humanity's future might be hidden in the echoes of yesteryears. Aria realized their mission was now inexorably linked to these people, to uncover truths that transcended time itself. Under the vast canopy of Elysium's stars, Aria lay awake, thoughts tumbling through her mind like meteors across the sky. The villagers' tales echoed in her ears, weaving dreams that danced with potential and danger alike. She understood now that Elysium IV was a keystone in the legacy of humanity, one with threads that stitched through time itself. Morning came softly, the light filtering through leaves greeted by chirping native creatures. Aria rejoined her crew, who were already captivated by the vibrant dynamics of New Haven. Lyra mentioned an ancient archive, Jackson relayed as they gathered. It's supposed to hold the chronicles of their ancestors, the ones who first landed here. Aria nodded, feeling the weight of this potential knowledge pressing upon her. We need to see it. Whatever secret this planet holds, it's our duty to uncover it before the wrong kind of attention is drawn here. Accompanied by Lyra, the crew made their way to the archive, a natural chamber carved into a massive tree, its rings glowing softly with accrued wisdom. A long metal table at the center glistened with etched recordings left by the original settlers. Ethan activated his recorder, mapping the contents for later analysis. Nadia marveled the craftsmanship, noting, "It's remarkable how they've preserved everything without relying on advanced tech like us." They read passages recounting the struggles of the first settlers, the challenges of adaptation, and the resolution never to repeat the errors that led to Earth's decline. The record spoke of technological marvels and dark reckoning, an ambition unchecked that had nearly tilted balance upon calamity. One text, marked with urgency, caught Aria's attention. It warned of an ancient construct, hidden deep beneath the planet's surface, holding powerful knowledge from before their crash, a warning to future generations. "Think it's the danger the Elder hinted at?" Ethan questioned, his brows furrowed in thought. Aria replied, a resolve hardening in her voice. "We must find it. We need to learn what this construct is and understand its significance to our past and future." Their search wasn't without obstacles. The land proved vast, its secrets buried with the passage of time and secured by nature's own defenses. Yet perseverance fueled them, as did the knowledge that their efforts now could steer humanity away from mistakes beyond imagination. Lyra remained by their side, acting as both guide and bridge between two worldviews, those who sought wisdom in simplicity and those who craved the etching of stars across their annals. Each step into the undiscovered depths became a testament to unity, documenting a saga beyond the mechanics of survival, a tapestry embracing both stars and soil, forged by endeavors strong enough to echo into eternities. Days passed as the familiar rhythm of discovery became the backdrop to their search for the ancient construct. The crew combed through the dense terrain guided by fragments of the map etched into the archive's metals, symbols pointing them toward the heart of the enigma. "These paths are warped," Jackson noted, observing how the natural landscape seemed to shift around them. "Makes you wonder if the planet itself is guarding this secret." Lyra led them through a labyrinth of tunnels, corridors lined with bioluminescent flora casting ghostly shadows on the walls. "If we follow these paths to their end, we'll reach the chamber," she advised. Her voice carried confidence and a trust forged from familiarity. The journey deepened their bond as Aria and Lyra spoke about their worlds. Lyra shared tales rich in culture, music, and love for the environment, a harmony with nature rare in star-spanning civilizations. "We never sought more than we needed," Lyra mused one evening. "Simplicity taught us resilience." Aria listened, contemplating this truth. "Perhaps where you found resilience, others may have found regret," she replied, reflecting on Earth's history, a planet once teeming with life, yet stripped bare by insatiable desires. At last they stood before an entryway obscured by vines, the key encoded within the symbols deciphered from the archive. Within the chamber, the atmosphere pulsed with a charged anticipation. Soft light glowed from ancient panels seamlessly integrated with natural elements. Ethan's heart raced in tandem with his scans. Reading definite energy signatures, he confirmed, eyes wide with wonder. Jackson worked carefully, interfacing with the archaic systems, a culmination of lost ingenuity. "Whoever designed this was a genius, light years ahead of their time," he said, admiration threading through his voice. As they activated the systems, holographic images flickered to life, realms of stars weaving tales of lost glory and impending catastrophe. A schematic unfurled, reflecting a power source that had lain dormant, a relic engineered to protect or destroy, its purpose obscured by time. Lyra stepped closer, the illumination casting her features in ethereal shades. The elders spoke of a choice resting here, a pivotal moment where decisions shape destinies. Aria felt the magnitude of her mission crystallize. "The power here is incredible," she breathed. "It's a legacy that could save or condemn us." In the silence that followed, each crewmate grasped the weight of history they now held. The echoes grew louder, resonating in their hearts. With each choice lay consequences stretching far beyond their known universe. Decisions in this chamber could ripple through humanity forever, altering its path for better or worse. The discovery of the ancient construct sent a jolt of excitement and trepidation through the crew. Each piece of technology they encountered told stories of ambition, a bridge between the bygone era and the fate awaiting them at this crucial crossroad. "This was built as a contingency," Nadia noted, scrolling through the translated data. "A safeguard in case calamity came calling again." Aria pondered the thought, her mind grasping the complexity before them. A force both protective and powerful enough to shift the balance. Imagine the responsibility it held. Back in New Haven, the atmosphere was tense, a mixture of hope and fear resonating within the community. Elders gathered with Aria and her crew, the collective weight of potential futures heavy on their shoulders. An elder spoke softly, yet resolutely. "We entrusted this secret to the cradle of time, in hopes that one day it would avert disaster for those who find it." "And what if it's misused?" Ethan questioned, the gravity of their mission starkly evident. Lyra's expression was solemn. "Fear of its misuse kept us in hiding, but you have shown understanding and care beyond recklessness. It is this trust we place in you now." Aria stepped forward, determination clear in her eyes. "We must explore every option. Understanding what we're dealing with empowers us to guide humanity wisely." Her words held conviction, a pledge to honor both past and future. Debate and contemplation consumed much of their time alongside the construct, each discovery provoking fresh questions. "It's a web," Jackson said, tracing connections on the schematic. "Tied to a network far beyond this planet, linked across systems. It could mean enlightenment as easily as collapse if an unknowing hand triggered it." Months, an effort, collaboration beyond individual capacity, culminated toward a possible solution, one aligned with hope and safeguarding legacy. Aria recognized her evolution during these revelatory days. She felt deeply transformed by knowledge once elusive, now vibrant and foundational. "We're no longer isolated outposts in the galaxy," she reflected to the crew during one starlit evening beneath the auburn skies of Elysium IV. "We're interconnected, tied together by destinies shaped by our choices." The coming days held the promise of a decision that would unite, redefine, and propel humanity into an unknown yet promising future, a choice demanding courage, constraint, and clarity. As they stood on the brink ready to engage a future shaped by echoes of the past, Aria felt an overwhelming surge of purpose. The time for action, calculated, deliberate, and mindful, was nigh. She inhaled deeply, embraced the anticipation, and prepared to lead them into the unknown with wisdom and trust. In the twilight hours of Elysium IV, Aria and her crew stood poised at the brow of a new dawn, the ancient construct quietly waiting to reveal its mysteries fully. Tension simmered, as the truth of what lay beneath could not be ignored any longer. This relic of humanity's past defied time, ready to share its potential with a future that was desperate for answers. "Our deeper scans indicate an energy reservoir that could either restore ecological balance or unravel our progress," Ethan reported, the implications every bit as daunting as their initial discovery. Jackson, ever the pragmatist, spoke up. "This isn't just about technology, it's about our readiness to wield it responsibly. Our choices echo our intentions." The New Haven elders convened alongside the crew, the chamber filled with voices and reflections passed down through generations. Lyra, an emblem of harmony between eras, stood alongside Aria, their shared responsibility more profound with every reveal. "You've brought us light, but with it comes the shadows of our past. an elder intoned, their eyes misty with unvoiced fears. Every advancement must respect the balance we've painstakingly nurtured here. Aria nodded, her own voice imbued with resolve. Our goal is stability, not exploitation. We must bridge our understanding with caution and understanding, not just ambition. They unanimously decided that the construct's activation needed a safeguard, a system of checks, mutual agreements to ensure it served humanity's longevity instead of its decline. Plans formed of collaborative oversight and integrated stewardship, marked with an unyielding commitment to collective benefit. As the days turned, the crew meticulously rehearsed protocols, weaving the construct's utility into a mission to heal instead of harm. They whispered chants of renewal, wrapping each intricate gesture with hope. During quiet moments beneath Elysium's star-dappled canopy, Aria and Lyra spoke of shared dreams, visions that transcended their confines. Maybe we are the convergence, Aria mused, where all paths meet with understanding as our guide. Together, Lyra added serenely, we honor legacies by seeding futures. May this unity define us. The night before implementing the first phase of integration, Aria found herself alone, absorbed in thought. She reflected on their journey's start amidst distant stars, the astonishing discovery of New Haven, and the relations formed against adversity's vast backdrop. Each epoch had its echoes, each whisper layers upon layers, culminating in a harmony of determination. The next day, as they prepared to enact the construct's new role, a synthesis of destiny and choice unfurled. The gathered crew, villagers and elders focused their collective will, endeavoring toward a destiny stitched with the care, introspection, and courage now their guide. As Aria watched her reflection dance in the panel's gleam, she knew their undertaking was only just beginning. A journey spreading across galaxies, singing with the echoes of tomorrow. The dawn of activation bristled with a frisson of possibility amongst the gathered crowd. The construct stood at the nexus of past and future, an embodiment of power reigned by understanding. Aria could sense the gravity of this moment. It was more than technology. It was a test of trust, empathy, and insight. With Lyra standing beside her, Aria approached the console, the ancient script now familiar, a binding of epochs. Pressing her hand against the activation pad, she felt a surge, an awakening braided with expectations and history. The construct responded, a hum reverberating through the chamber as energy coursed like a living entity. Panels flickered with life, decoding equations of balance and renewal cast by distant forebearers. A harmonious glow enveloped the gathering, reflecting the purpose Palm crafted for this era. We engaged the care we pledged, Jackson announced to the assembly, noting the readings stabilizing across their holographic displays. Each sequence respects the choices carved into our paths. Nadia monitored the network, the lines of connection firing with clarity, a matrix woven through layers of planetary oversight, unified directives between sky-faring colonies and the inhabitants of New Haven. Ethan transmitted messages across systems, ensuring the change was known and engaging in unprecedented dialogue within the Federation's distant reaches. They'll understand the collaboration, Aria, he assured, dedication underscoring his report. Unity through shared voice. Lyra marveled at the reactions from New Haven's people. Revelation mirrored in eyes wide with awe, reverberating hopes as barriers dissolved. We are echoes merged, she mused quietly to Aria, a sense of peace enfolding her words. Harmony and shared intentionality. Aria's heart resonated with a sense of fulfilled potential, a symphony of interconnected destinies converging toward a singular goal. In that unity lay the strength to navigate uncertain futures, to restore balance to both fractured worlds and humanity's wider narrative. Yet as the hours pressed on, an unexpected blip surfaced, a pulse in the network causing whisperings to weave through data streams, hints of unpredictability emerging from the intricate weave. There, Aria announced, her voice firm yet poised. We've missed something, a beat resonating not in sync with our intentions. The discovery sent ripples of concern through the collective effort, a signal lost amidst the grand architecture of hope. Here was a reminder of the complexity, the strength and fragility of their mission. The crew worked tirelessly, reintegrating solutions, addressing variables in this living equation. As starlit skies melted into the hues of morning, with a pledge renewed to protect this enduring legacy. Aria steeled her resolve, feeling deeply the mantle of leadership that had come to rest upon her shoulders. These were the trials shaping them, all humanity, into their collective looming dawn. Tomorrow held not just new beginnings, but the promise of shared guardianship against eternal echoes. The signal anomaly rippled through the construct's network, a gentle reminder of the delicate dance between intention and reality. For Aria, this echo from the shadows wasn't just a challenge, it was an invitation to grow from it. "All right, team," Aria called with newfound vigor. "We have one last hurdle before us. We will unravel this knot and ensure that our future remains bright." Jackson, with his characteristic optimism, chimed in, "Every machine has a heartbeat. Once you know its rhythm, it will reveal its secrets." The atmosphere within the ancient chamber hummed with focused energy as the crew, along with Lyra and the New Haven leaders, delved deeper into the network. Each person representing both a step toward the stars and a grounding within Earth's legacy, joined in problem-solving with precision and passion. Hours stretched into a harmonic blend of calculations, adjustments, and brilliant flashes of clarity. Finally, Nadia pinpointed the anomaly's source, an outdated subroutine hidden deep within the construct's core. "Artifacts of a bygone age," she murmured, her curiosity juxtaposed with determination. With deft hands, Jackson and Aria addressed the subroutine, harmonizing the construct's heartbeat with the modern cadence of their unified vision. Slowly, the system settled into a steady rhythm, the discord dissolved into a symphony of balanced power. As the network stabilized, Lyra extended her hands, reaching into the ether, visibly gratified by the transition. "Listen," she urged softly, eyes closed. "The land sings anew. Both our peoples have achieved what few ever do, a future reclaimed from the past." A sense of profound satisfaction filled the chamber, the collective effort having woven safety and innovation into tangible hope. Within that moment, horizons opened as barriers fell away, revealing potential unshackled by fear. Aria gazed at her crew, each embodying a story of endurance, growth, and evolution. They had transcended mere survival, coalescing into a shared beacon guiding humanity forward. Turning to Lyra, Aria's voice was both fragile and firm, carrying gratitude across the silence. "Our journey's end is only a beginning. Our alliance extends beyond this achievement. It becomes a living promise. 4. A planet once obscured by myth and memory roared to life, its majesty echoing across galaxies, inviting exploration and enlightenment. By honoring the legacies etched into its soil, they had crafted a narrative where humanity could thrive as stewards of worlds within and beyond." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting its final farewell upon the day, Aria and Lyra stood side by side at the threshold of the future. Voices intertwined in harmony, heralding the echo of tomorrow. Indeed, humanity's lasting legacy, alive within the tapestry they had so bravely woven together.